What's going on YouTube? It's O'Neil from Tap to O'Neil, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made over $1,000 this week from trading options. I think the specific number is $1,056, and this is a nice jump up from what I was able to achieve last week. I think last week or 2 weeks ago I showed you guys that on the low end I make $150 a week from trading options, which is very much on the low end, depending on how the market is moving, how volatile the market is. And yeah, we got back up to that $1,000. It's been a minute since we got to this $1,000, but you guys know I've been trading TSLL options, and it was going pretty good this week. I'll show you guys exactly the breakdown of everything. So as you guys can see, we got four different positions, three specifically on TSLL and one on Tsll. We got a covered call on Tsll. You guys know I have over 200 shares on Tsll. Trying to get to that 300 share mark so I can, you know, do another covered call on that. But I'll show you guys real quick how much we made from Tsll. We made $12 from Tsll, which is not too bad. You're not gonna make that much money on these specific ETFs, but it helps. It adds to the total. And then we got three different positions on TSLL. Now the reason why we have three different positions, one is a covered call. You guys know I actually hold 1,500 shares of Tsll, which means I can do 15 different contracts, and that was one of the biggest payouts. That not the biggest payout. With me having 15 contracts, I can make a lot more money um, from the options. So I'll show you guys exactly how much I made from these 15 contracts on this $13.5 call for TSLL. So we'll scroll down. All right, so as you guys can see, I placed this on July 18th, which was the end of last week. So before the market closed, I closed out my positions on TSLL. My previous positions were last week because they were up significantly. Closed it out for a little bit of profit and then opened up this new position, and I got a $600 payout from the premium on this $13.5 call. As you guys know, my average cost is at 13.668. So if these shares do get called away, I'm going to have $20,000 of market value. Well, it's going to go up to $20,000 in market value, well over that, and that will pretty much cover all of my margin if it hits that price. If it doesn't hit the price, we'll just keep selling covered calls on it. As I told you guys probably about a couple weeks ago, this is the wheel strategy. When I got assigned these shares a month ago, I was selling selling cash secured puts, and then I took the assignment, which was these 1,500 shares, which is about 15 contracts, and I just sold cover calls on it to make the premium and make some income on the opposite end of things. And I still do that on the opposite end of things to average down into the TSL ETF and to bring my average cost down so I can sell some different types of covered calls. So last month I should say, I only made about 14 to 1,500 in options trading. So me making this $1,000 in a week significantly puts me over that. I think last week, I'm not too sure, I made nearly $200. So add this up, it'll be about almost $1,300. So probably about 2 weeks, I have the possibility of making over $2,000 this month from TSL options. So let's get into the puts. So we did a $11.5 strike price of a put, and we sold two contracts on this. We did two contracts, and we got a payout of $46 and $82. So actually, today is July 21st. So the $46 put is one that I placed today, and it actually got filled not too long ago. And the other one was from last week. I closed out the position, as I said, and I placed this put and got paid out $82. So it's the same put at the same strike price, but when you place it at different times, they are exposed to theta decay, which means that the payout, I'll show you with the options. So the premiums, you see the premiums it's saying it's paying 48 cents per share. So it's paying 48 cents per share right now. But last week before I had closed it out, which is why I like to do close out my positions a little bit early and get a higher payout. Because you guys can see it's like almost a $40 difference in the payout. So that's why I pretty much did that. But I did my $1,000 deposit, got some more capital within the account, and I was able to place another trade today, and I got that position filled. So you got the $82 plus the 46 plus the $12 plus the $600. I'll add that up on the screen for you guys so you see what that looks like. And then we have an $11 put, a strike price, when we did 5 different contracts on this one. And this is something I also placed for last week. So we made $250 off this. So add $250 to that total. And that's going to pretty much, I don't know what that's going to put it at, but I'll put it up on the screen for you guys to see. But yeah, we made $250 off this $11 put, which is really good because TSLL is trading at $12.37 right now. So even if it does fall to this price, I'm okay with taking the assignment of these shares because it's just going to help me average down into the ETF, bringing my average cost down. As I said, it's going to make me getting rid of these shares a lot easier. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, and then on my traditional, as you guys know, I do have 300 shares of TSLL on my traditional IRA, which means I could do 3 contracts, which is not too much of a payout, but you can still do your cover calls and make some money on it. So I did a $15 call, and the reason why I did a $15 call on my TSL traditional IRA is because on my traditional, my average cost is at $14.97, which is a little bit higher, and I'm not gonna sell these shares for less than I bought it for, which would be that average cost. So I want to make sure I get the money back on top of making money on money from the premium. So I made, let's see how much I made. Made $66 from this 3 contract trade. So that's pretty much I'm gonna add that to the total also. So that's definitely gonna put us over $1,000 mark. If I'm not mistaken, everything adds up to $1,056. So yeah, that just gives you some insight. It's been a while since I did a video like this. I'm gonna start bringing it to you guys a lot more because I feel like this is very useful and helpful. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is, because in the past when I was doing these live trading videos, you guys liked it a lot. This isn't live. I'm just pretty much explaining you guys my thought process on doing it. It is a little bit harder to get these live because my scheduling and all that. It's just a lot to get the schedule. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you felt like this was useful or helpful anyway, go ahead and hit that like button, comment down for feedback, subscribe, turn on your post bell notifications. Join up on the Discord. I drop some of these positions that I place. I drop these in the Discord so you guys can see ahead of time without me having to do a video. But yeah, without further ado, it's Tapped on Ono, and I'm signing out.